Hi there. So if you haven't seen the candidate forum that was co-sponsored by the Swampscott Democratic and Republican Town Committees, do it, because it was awesome, and I was really proud to be a part of it. You can go to tv.swampscottma.gov to watch it on demand. It's about 2.5 hours long. First hour is school committee, second hour is Board of Selectmen. Please do give it a watch. I wanted to quickly make a video to respond to two things that I didn't have time to respond to in my response time during the format of last night's forum. So two things that I want to address. First is that one of my opponents had said, she is currently the chair of the school committee, and she said that she doesn't believe that the school committee is an agent of change. So here's that clip.
In terms of what I would change, I don't see I don't see the school committee as an agent of change. What we do is we hold our superintendent accountable for setting the direction of the district, and we support her in doing that.
Thank you.
So here's two things that I take issue with that. One, as a parent with a child in the school system and as a resident taxpayer, I find that statement concerning. Also, if I was a fellow school committee member, I'd be like, then what is it that we're doing here? Because being an agent of change is not necessarily completely upsetting the apple cart and making sure that everything is different or new. I think being an agent of change is absolutely within the responsibility of the school committee. If there are changes that need to happen relative to policy, budget, and the superintendent, then absolutely the school committee is an agent of change. And I find concerning that that is her stance as chair, one. Two, the second thing I want to respond to that is the school committee has already acted as an agent of change by bringing stability in. That is a change to what had been happening in years prior here in the district. Secondly, within this actual session and school year, they've already been agents of change. The wellness policy needed updating so that it's in compliance with federal requirements to be part of the free and reduced lunch program. They've set up a subcommittee for that, so that this wellness policy that we have as a district is not only in compliance, but is meeting the health and wellness needs and issues that we are seeing currently in the district that are not currently being addressed by the wellness policy. So that's being an agent of change. That's getting that work done. The second thing is there was on the district school calendar the change from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. I realize this is a very hot button topic, but just to put for context, this is a trend that we're seeing nationally. We're also seeing this in neighboring school districts. This week alone, the governor of Maine signed into law that the state of Maine will recognize Columbus Day as Indigenous Peoples Day. That's a big change. And it was made at the school committee level just within the last couple of weeks.
We're going to skip into G, the 2019-2020 school calendar that the superintendent presented the last time. Needs a vote today, assuming that everybody has reviewed it. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second? Anybody want to discuss, have any questions? I'm not sure I could answer them or.
No, I looked at it.
Okay, so all in favor? Motion is unanimous, or the vote is unanimous?
So I would argue that yes, the school committee is an agent of change and that it should be, because that's its job to be able to advocate for those changes on behalf of the constituents that it represents. So yeah. Second point, second thing that I wanted to address was another opponent of mine said that experience is a fresh perspective and that a change in leadership does disservice to the town.
I would just say that in terms of having a fresh perspective for Swampscott, having experience is actually a fresh perspective. We have never lacked for new voices. We have had constantly changing boards and committees year after year. Every few years, it's a completely new committee, and that changing leadership does a disservice to our town.
I take issue with that for two things. One, just on its face, experience is not a fresh perspective. Experience is historical perspective, which is important and I value. And for those of you that aren't aware, the school committee has 5 members. So we have the 2 that are running up for re-election, plus the additional 3 members. We have a healthcare professional, a law enforcement officer, and a full-time parent who has done substantial volunteer work here in the town, and also in surrounding communities and for important causes. So there is a ton of experience that in me coming to the table, I think I can add to that. And in terms of changing leadership as a disservice to the town, I see that as something that would potentially disenfranchise anybody who doesn't necessarily share the same drive for public service that I do to step up and come forward for the town. I think it's really important to have engaged citizenship. And if there are people who are willing to step up to the plate to do it, then we should be encouraging that. And truth be told, both of the opponents that I'm running against, their platform was change 6 years ago. So it's been 6 years. I am deeply appreciative of the work and service that they've put in. And I'm running now as somebody who has additional and unique skills, talents, and abilities to bring to the table. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there as a way to respond. And the easiest way for me to do it was to do it here in a video. So Election day is Tuesday. Come out, come vote. If the idea of change and a fresh perspective and bringing new experience to the table is something that you support, is something that you're excited and encouraged by, if you have been impressed with my ability to not only talk the talk, but want to see me walk the walk, please vote for me on Tuesday, April 30th. I would truly be honored and humbled to serve the town. Thank you.